Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the Fulshear Professionals panel. I know some of you are watching this live and a lot of you will be watching this afterwards. If you have questions, we have a little chat button down at the bottom. If you will type in questions, we had people send in questions beforehand. So we're going to start with some of those and go around. But if you have questions afterwards, you'll have information on how to reach each of our panel members. But I'm going to go around and let each person introduce themselves. So we are going to start with Deanna Krenek. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Yes, I am Deanna Krenek with Gartin Pool and Spa Company, and I have been out in the Fulshear area over 25 years, and I'm a graduate landscape architect from Texas Tech University and have been in the pool business over 25 years.
And where's your company mainly? Where do they build pools mostly?
Well, our office is in Old Katy, and we are service and build pools from Columbus all the way to the Inner Loop and from Fresno to the Woodlands.
Okay. Okay, and so then we're going to go with Russell Baker.
Russell Baker of Rafter Integrated Pest Management. Have a degree in entomology or bugs from Texas A&M. Have a master's degree in education. I do my pest control kind of research based, where I go in, just don't go in, spray and pray. I want to solve the problem and figure out the real source of the problem to eliminate it, not just try to cover up problems.
Okay. Clint Stanford.
Yep, Clint Stanford with Stanford Construction Services. Specialize in general contracting, remodeling, home additions, either up or out on your house. Always focus on making sure we're on budget, on time, and I'm always on site to make sure things go right.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about that Aggie Award, because I know we'll have lots of Aggies watching this.
So yes, I'm a graduate of A&M, and I've won the Aggie 100 Award twice, and that is the fastest growing Aggie-owned businesses from the former graduates of Texas A&M. So,
okay. Thank you very much. Mr. McGee, Eric McGee, tell us a little bit about yourself.
How you doing? I'm Eric McGee with Safe and Sound Home Theater and Surveillance. I'm pretty much covering all of the Fulshear, Katy, Richmond area, some of Sugar Land as well. Also have a bachelor's in technical management and associates in electronics. I've been with the business for about 15 years and on my own for the last 5 years. So what we do is pretty much all of your audio and visual needs, as far as from surveillance systems for your home to TV mounting to media rooms and a little bit of lighting on that side. But, you know, whatever you need, we try to make sure that we meet our commitment and make sure that your home is safe and sound.
Okay, perfect. And we are going to come back to Gerald. I think Gerald is having a little bit of technical difficulty. He keeps popping in and out of the screen. So as soon as Gerald comes back on, we're going to let him introduce himself. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get started. And one of the things that people have been asking is, how are you not only taking care of your employees, but some people are worried about having people come into their homes right now. So how are you making sure when you're going out, because I think everybody on this call is considered essential. And so how are you keeping the clients that you're going to, how are you keeping them safe during this COVID epidemic? And so, Deanna, I'm going to start with you on that.
Well, we're keeping, for us, it's a little easier. Our employees are staying safe because they're individually in a truck by themselves during the day, and then they're going in backyards. They can wear gloves, but their hands are in chlorine and things like that, and that's what kills the virus. And we're not typically around our customers too much. If somebody needs to talk to one of our pool cleaners, they're kind of standing across from the pool and talking to them with the pool in between them. So we haven't had any issues with that right now. And our customers, we've asked if they have any lengthy conversations that they need to have to call into the office, and then we can talk by phone to the employees. So for us, it's been pretty easy.
Okay, perfect. It looks like Gerald is, hey, Gerald, are you back with us? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, looked like you were having a little technical difficulty. Okay, Gerald, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Gerald Svetlik. I'm with TrueFix Air Conditioning and Heating. We're a family-run business in Katy for about 45 years. We service Katy and West Houston area, and our motto is, we're in your neighborhood and we'll be here when you need us.
Perfect. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go ahead and answer that last question. How are you keeping your employees safe and your clients safe during this time? Because you're going into homes.
Yeah, we're kind of at a interesting point in time where we're having to go into customers' houses and really kind of get close to people because we have to go in the attics. And so when my employees come in the morning, we take their temperatures, make sure that everybody is a normal temperature in the morning. And then once we go out into the field, we ask the customer if anyone in the home has been sick or has any situations that we need to know about. And of course, we wear shoe covers. We wear disposable gloves and a respirator on every call. And so when we come out of the house, we take off the gloves, throw them away, and the next call gets new pair of gloves and new shoe covers.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, Russell, we're going to let you take that next one. How are you handling that?
Well, I mean, pest control's set up there. We're used to wearing PPE anyways. We have sometimes some things that need to use masks. Gloves are a normal part of it anyways. So what we're doing the same thing right now. I'm primarily treating on the exterior, which is I can control 95% of the problems from the outside anyways. So I'm trying not to do inside unless there's just some kind of pest emergency where I have to go inside, just because I don't want to track stuff from place to place. So we're treating outside. If you do have to go inside, wearing masks, gloves, same thing, changing them in between houses. Every time we go, in between stops, wiping down with sanitizer. Just trying to keep things clean because we don't want to introduce anything to anyone's house, and we don't want to take anything with us anywhere we go, home or anywhere else.
Perfect. Okay, Eric?
We do have a lot of sanitizer also.
That's what we all look like right now. Eric, what about you?
A little bit of the same. Any new clients I'm really not taking on at this time just because of the coronavirus, but any of my returning clients, we send out a lengthy email about, keeping 6 to 10 feet away from each other. And we do have on our safety gloves, our booties, and also masks. But before coming to your home, if we do need it, we just try to make sure that, nothing was happening with the families before we got there, and using the hand sanitizer and all of the lengthy stuff as well. But really just sending out the email prior to us coming, and then making sure that everybody has the distance while we are in their homes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Clint, we're going to wrap that one up with you.
So very similar to everybody else, but I'm only really, the jobs that I'm going on right now, we're currently adding on to a house and a kitchen that we're doing. We have a secondary access to be able to access the job currently. So I'm not going to do anything that requires me to go in the middle of their home, but I'm also too asking my guys every day to make sure they're healthy, no fever, and same thing with the clients on there. And then also too, making sure we separate, which we do anyways with plastic, and seal around for dust. So we're trying to keep ourselves basically separated, and also too, trying to have less guys in the house. Most of the time I like to crowd everybody in there and get a lot of things done, but we're doing, less people on one job site to try to keep up with that social distancing. Perfect.
Thank you. Eric brought something up that's a question that was going to ask everybody. So we're going to start with you, Eric. So right now you're not taking on new clients, so think you'll get a little bit of a backlog for when things get going again, but that's okay because you're still talking to people. Tell us what you're doing during this time for new clients. If someone has a project that they want to talk to you about, how would they introduce that? How would you talk to them about that or plan those projects?
Yeah, we do most of our conversations on the phone, so I can get ideas. So we do outdoor work as well. Mm-hmm. So depending on what the project is and how soon they want it, and if it's a security issue, that's something that just need to be done, we can work around that, and I can give them options as far as, who will be home, or if it's one person at home where we can kind of get in and get out, we would do that. But as far as the backlog, we keep in, a stock in the list of everybody that we contact. And we also calling back to make sure that, you know, we can get them in a timely manner. But right now, we're just trying to be safe for their family and our family. So, you know, we just keep a list and keep a contact going as far as phone calls and stuff like that.
Is everybody else currently open for business and taking clients at this time? Who's essential? Eric, I know you're not right now. Okay, Russell's essential.
I'm essential.
Deanna's essential.
Residential construction is essential.
Okay, and
air conditioning
okay,
is going to be very essential soon.
yeah, very essential soon. Okay, so everybody is essential and is still running. Okay, so next question, what about, we've heard that some supply lines are being backed up. Are you having any issues? Is there anything that people should be concerned about? We're going to start with Russell on that.
What did you say, supply lines?
Yeah, are you having any issues getting the things that you need to do your job?
Not really, as long as I'm making sure I have stock. Sometimes some stuff order, you gotta have it at the house in 2 days. Sometimes I just gotta make sure, it takes a week or so longer, but I hadn't had any issues.
Okay, Clint?
For the most part, everything is okay. So far, there has been some shortages at some supply houses on there that are starting to be felt, which I feel like, in the next, every week that will probably get worse. There's also some manufacturers that I know that are not open. I've had several clients on future projects that selected materials, and now they're saying instead of being beginning of May, it'll be June or July. And so I'm only assuming that it's because of this, that it's being disrupted. So I'm sure several manufacturers are shutting down or scaled back. So it will be felt, I think, as days go on.
Okay, that's in construction. What about you, Gerald?
Well, and when this all started happening, indoor air products kind of got tight, but I think they're catching up now again. We got one in this morning, so it's coming back around, I think.
Explain to us what an indoor product means. What does that mean?
Indoor air quality products are like your UV lights or your halo lights that work on killing bacteria and viruses. And also we have like the Clean Effects air cleaner, which is 99% effective at taking particulate out of the air and killing bacteria and viruses.
That's extremely interesting to people right now. Can you explain a little more about that product?
Well, it's a product that Train has that's, like I said, it's 99% effective at killing bacteria, viruses, and taking particulate out of the air. It's been around probably about the last 10 years or so, and it's very interesting technology.
Can you retrofit that on any air conditioning unit?
Yes, you can. It goes in the return air section of the unit up in the attic, and it operates off the voltage like your thermostat. So
okay.
It does help.
Does anybody else on our panel have any specific products that they're using right now during COVID that's become more popular during COVID?
For us, the chemical, the chlorine and the bromines and that we treat the water with, that kills the virus. And so, but that is something we were already using anyway. So it's not anything new. We're just making sure that we keep paying special attention to all the pools to make sure that the readings are right. And then a lot of new people, so many people are home right now and using their pools more so than what they normally would be at this time of year. So we're picking up a lot of new customers right now that are wanting us to treat the water because they don't trust themselves, and they just want to make sure that they have a professional out there and keeping the water balanced so it's safe.
Okay. Russell, what about you? What are you doing right now for?
Well, for as far as COVID goes, there's some pest control companies around the nation that have started, like adding disinfecting services to their deal. I've stayed out of that just because of insurance and liability reasons. I'm not really it's not really an area expertise. And I think it's just some, people trying to make a buck off of it. And I want to make money, but I don't want to make money at expensive. So just take advantage of people.
That's why we love you, Russell. I'm just saying.
And I don't think my insurance, I don't feel like losing everything that I do have. You know, spray someone's house and they get sick the next week, and then you're, you know, like, well, you sprayed my house, I shouldn't have gotten sick. You know?
We love you, Russell.
I kind of learned an interesting fact last week from the city fire marshal here in Katy.
What'd you learn?
And he said that if they've determined that if someone in your home has the coronavirus, that it can actually lodge itself into the cooling system, and then it'll have to be disinfected. So that's kind of scary too. So.
Okay, so how would you handle that if someone in your home has COVID? How would you?
We'd have to get a disinfectant and go in and spray the coils down and fumigate it or something.
And are you prepared to do that?
We have products that we can do that with. Yes.
Okay, that's extremely interesting. Okay, Clint, do you offer anything that you're doing that would help with the virus?
No, there's no. I mean, definitely with the UV on what Gerald said, that's definitely a huge thing, especially with it's airborne through your house. But no, there's no. You know, there's definitely. You could use Silestone, which is a microban. Approved countertop, but there's several Delta. There's several products that are out there that are supposed to be less likely to get any bacteria and stuff growth on them, but there's no individual product that I could think of that would be more beneficial during this time.
And I can answer for Eric. I know what Eric's got that's beneficial. It's the television. Eric's gonna just go ahead and hop in with your television setup that everybody wants on the patio right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, but I began a lot of return calls for like all of my old clients that's at home now, and they're having issues with the Wi-Fi. So we're able to come in and add on WAPs and access points to make their Wi-Fi so the kids can play their games without coming downstairs calling them every day. So that's one of the benefits of.
That's really good. Yeah. You've got a way to keep the kids upstairs. I think you're going to have to give your phone number because everybody's going to be calling. Okay, we're going to start with Clint on this one. What are some do-it-yourself home maintenance projects that you can do while you're stuck at home? So rest of the people will be thinking about that.
There's several things. Depends on how safe you are on a ladder. But if you have a one-story house, recalking your windows. There's a lot of spots where there's such a thin layer of caulk on there, and they only last a few years, even from a builder, brand new house. You can walk around your house foundation, see if there's any dirt piles going into your brick. Which could be termites, could just be ants. Your mulch and everything from the front of the house, making sure that's not above your foundation line. You could actually go in there and spread all your stuff underneath your sinks out and actually look under those, because most people have so much stuff underneath their sinks, they wouldn't know if one of the pipes under there was leaking and had a slow leak or not. So it's a good time to clean those out and see if there's any leaks underneath there. Of course, I don't want to take anything from Gerald. I was about to name a couple from him, but let me think here. Oh, and another big thing is on your refrigerator, actually pulling out your refrigerator and cleaning the coils behind it. So that's one big thing most people do until they move or buy a new refrigerator. So that's one thing that's very easy to do with the broom, but that's a good time to do some of those items now while you got time at home.
Okay, well, we're going to go from that to Russell. Russell, you sounded like you looked like there was a couple of things in there that you wanted to jump in on.
Oh, it's a good point that Clint made about, seeing if there's little dirt tubes going over the slab for termites or ants. A lot of times it's just ants, but, it can be termites as well. The ants is a whole lot easier to take care of course. But, anytime, people are at their houses more, sometimes they spot more things. They spot, some little pests they didn't know they had. They might be cleaning something out and find some rodent droppings if they're pulling out a fridge or something like that. It's a good time, to take care of that stuff. And, the cleaner we have the houses and, stuff like that, the more safer they are. I don't think any kind of rodents or roaches or mosquitoes have shown to transmit this disease, but, we know mosquitoes are a big, vector of lots of other diseases. some of the plagues we've had in the past back in the Middle Ages and stuff were caused by, fleas off of rats and stuff. So, they have been vectors of plagues before.
Is there anything in specific we should be cleaning out of our house to keep the pest population down?
In pantries, trying to keep, try not to keep the loose products like flour or pasta, anything, keep in sealed containers. Rotating the stock through there. Sometimes stuff gets buried in the back of pantries and it might, sit there for 5-10 years or something like that and start to get infested and, stuff you're probably never going to eat anyway. So it might be a good time to clean out the pantry, get rid of old stuff you're not going to eat anyways.
Your conversations always just make me go, ugh, I'm sorry. Okay. Anybody, Russell, Gerald, what about you? What kind of DIY stuff can we do at home right now?
Well, this is a good time to have your air conditioner checked, have the condenser coils cleaned and the refrigerant checked, because about 60% of your utility bill is directly related to air conditioning. It comes from Centerpoint Energy, and you want to make sure that your refrigerant charge is proper, because your unit would have to run longer, of course, and when it runs longer, it generates more heat internally at the compressor, and it shortens the life of your system.
Now that's something you guys would do when you come out, but what should our homeowners do?
Well, the homeowners can make sure that their filters are clean, replace your filters. Kind of a good reminder I've always heard is when you pay your electric bill, change your air filter.
That's pretty awesome.
That's a really old one, but it still holds true. So
still holds true. Okay.
Yes.
Here, Deanna, what about you?
A lot of people have their own power washers at home, and it would be a good time to power wash the pool deck around their swimming pools, because just like on driveways, how you get that black look, it'll get the mold algae that's on there. This is a good time, because when summer gets here and the kids are all running around the pools, that part can get real slick and they'll slip and fall. So this would be a good time to get that cleaned up.
Okay. Eric, what about you? Is there any DIY stuff people should be doing at home for their security system?
Give me a call so I can get some knowledge. Mostly right now is like any installations that was done that wasn't done correctly, like they have wires hanging down. It's a good time to actually get the wires hidden behind the wall to make your TV and installation look neat. But that's about it.
Okay.
Try to clean up all the stuff that's loose.
Okay. There's other things doing themselves. Okay.
Right.
So we are going to go into what kind of programs do you offer for your company? So is it monthly service? Is it a one-time thing? Tell us a little bit about what type of services you offer. Deanna, we're going to start with you.
Well, we're very custom in how we can do services. So we have some people that we do a vacation service. So if they're just going to be gone for a week or 2 weeks and want somebody to come by and keep the pool clean and dump the skimmer baskets and add water to the pool, we can do that. We offer once a month service. Some people they clean their own pools, but they want us to come behind them just to check the chemicals and the equipment, just to make sure that everything is operating correctly. And then the majority of our business is every week pool cleaning. And we even have some customers that have us come out twice a week if they live in an area that has a lot of vegetation and they're not able to keep all the skimmer baskets and pump baskets cleaned out. They prefer us to come twice a week to keep up with that. And then we have a lot of customers that travel a lot for business and they're not there all week long. And so again, they just want us to come out and keep up with the pool. So we stop by 2 or 3 times a week just to make sure everything is okay.
Okay. Dan, I'm going to have you cover one thing that you haven't, and that is how you interact with churches. Some people, explain.
Yes. We have several churches that we work with, and we maintain their baptismal fonts. And sometimes they'll have an actual pool outside. Sometimes it's a outdoor fountain. Sometimes it's an indoor fountain. And so we do work with several churches in maintaining that. We clean it just like a swimming pool. We keep it clean, chemically treated, and vacuuming, brushing, just like a pool.
Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go Russell. Tell us about your programs.
Okay. Most customers I set up on a quarterly or once every 3 month basis, where I go by their house, treat the exterior of the house. Generally, there are normal times of, the inside's optional. I try to talk people out of it because I don't like putting more chemicals inside the house than necessary if there's not a reason to put them in. Kind of walk the yard, treat fire ant mounds, try to knock down cobwebs around the outside of the house. I also offer one time or just people, calling me whenever they need me.
Okay. Eric, what about you? Because I know you have security systems. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so all of my surveillance systems that we offer, comes with a 3-year warranty. We stand behind our product. We stand behind the material that we use to install it. So just a peace of mind, usually you can get some people to install it and then you can't find them, 6 months or 1 year from now. So we guarantee a 3-year warranty on all our equipment. And then just the installation of TVs and audios and stuff like that, automatically comes with a 1-year warranty. And then as long as I'm in service, which I'm gonna be here for a while, then I stand behind my product. So you just reach out to me and we'll come out and take care of it.
So is that why they should be buying from you instead of Best Buy and Costco?
Yes, and that's one of the biggest things. So my system is a la carte. You can create it to customize to what you want. And to give you an example, if any other cameras was to go out, or just say one camera go out, it's under warranty, we come out and we replace it. Getting systems from Costco or Best Buy, you have to return that whole system just to get that one camera replaced.
Okay.
And the picture quality is not the same. So we'll use commercial grade equipment. And I can't say the same for Best Buy or Costco, because you have levels when you're doing security systems and surveillance systems. So they're at the lower level. That's why they're able to sell it at that price. So, you get what you pay for. I'll put it like that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Who else wants to jump in on that? Who's got a monthly? Gerald, what about you?
Yeah, we have maintenance agreements that we offer our customers. We come out in the spring and then again in the fall. The spring to check the air conditioner, in the fall to check your furnace. And with that maintenance agreement, you get a discount on your labor and get priority service.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Clint, what I want to know is if you've done the kitchen, do you get a free outdoor patio?
Oh, that'd be great. Sign me up for one too.
I'm sorry, that was selfish of me to ask. I wanted to get you on camera with that.
Right. So I don't really have like a monthly, the maintenance that we do. I do recommend a lot of things toward to clients also too. And usually when I'm there, like I can notice, maybe there's something on the roof. I'm saying, how long has it been since you had your roof replaced? And most of the time it's, they don't know, but I always kind of recommend, every few years to re-caulk everything on the roof with roofing mastic to sealing nail heads. The same thing with windows, just to keep, basically to keep your house dry. So, I mean, that's one of the biggest things there. As far as everything else, it's one of those things that's, until it's broke, you just got to keep rolling with it. So there's not a lot of maintenance you don't do on tile or anything else besides keeping it clean. So.
Okay. Anybody else have anything on that? Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm going to let you go around and give your contact information, best way to reach you. We're going to start with Deanna.
The best way to get in touch with us is via phone, and our phone number is 281-391-4022. And we have office staff, so there's somebody that answers the phone at the office during the day from 7 to 5, and after hours I answer the phone at night and on the weekends, so you can get in touch with us 24 hours a day.
Okay. Russell?
The best way to get in contact with me is by my phone, text, or calling at 832-474-8255. 8369, or going to our Fulshear Professionals app and using that.
Thank you very much for mentioning that. And Russell, if we have a bug that we would like to identify, are we allowed to text that photo to you?
Of course.
So for everybody watching this later, if you have a bug and you don't know how to identify it, you want to know what it's thinking, what it's doing, why it's in your home, just take a photo, send it to Russell. It's a great way to get to know him. Yeah. Okay, Clint, go ahead.
Yeah, the best way to contact me is my phone. It's 281-726-2833. Either leave me a voicemail or send me a text.
And tell us your favorite projects. What are your favorite projects right now?
Kitchen and baths are just always great. I love seeing, from 1980 or 1990 kitchen or bath going into a modern style and clean lines. And so I just love change, the transformation that could quickly happen in a house. So I would say those are my favorites.
And I can just tell you, he's done both the kitchen and bath at my home. Does a great job. Okay. Eric, go ahead.
Best way to reach me is through text or phone. My number is 832-464-4286. Anytime, 7 days a week, I'll respond. So just reach out to me.
We have some hard workers on this group. Okay, and Gerald.
Well, we have, of course, the phone, 281-392-9334, 281-392-9334. Our email is truefix@consolidated.net.
Okay.
Glad to help you anytime we can.
So basically what we've all learned today is that you can reach anybody on our panel 24/7 because nobody sleeps and they tend to work all the time. We have a bunch of workaholics on this panel. That's because they're all self-employed and they like food with their meals. Okay, so does anybody on the panel have anything else to add?
Well, I think that we're blessed right now that we have a job and that we're able to provide these services to our customers.
Absolutely, yes.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining us. And those of you watching this later, if you have any questions, you can also go to the Fulshear Professionals website or download our app for all of our information and meet some of our other professionals. And we have other panels coming up. We have one later today and then several next week. So just go onto the Fulshear Professionals site. Today we have things to review at 4 o'clock. Next week at 3, we have on the 21st, we have health. 4 o'clock, we have outdoor home services. April 23rd, we have real estate at 3 o'clock. We have insurance at 4 o'clock. And then on April 28th, we have just an insurance panel. So wash your hands and say your prayers because Jesus and germs are everywhere. Y'all have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.